Hello everyone, I'm here with another process video, and I actually just finished the other side of this for this album, and it was taking too long. I had planned to do that plus this and this. It took too long, so that got its own video, and since everything is still out on my desk, I'm moving right on to the rest of this layout. So I have this postcard over here, and then I have 3 photos, 2 empty pockets. So I haven't picked out cards yet. I need to do that. One thing I've already decided on though is that I do want to stamp on this with the stamp set here that I have from Everyday Explorers Co. And I want to do this one that says about the artist, because right after we just really stepped into the museum, there's a huge entry point, and this was part of it, this huge thing with his eyes showing and then face to face with Van Gogh. So I figure that's appropriate. Now, because I'm going to stamp right on this postcard, it is a glossy finish, so I'm going to have to use my StazOn ink, which I have. And if for any reason it does smudge, doesn't turn out the way I expect, I'm going to do it pretty close to the top so that I can cover it up with a label and do something else if needed. It's always good to hedge your bets a little bit just in case a mistake happens. I did my stamping and it did not come out perfectly, but it's not bad enough for me to redo it. What I'm going to do is, you can see it missed a little bit of ink right there inside the arrow. Part of that I think is my fault. I did not season the stamp. I just inked it, stamped once, and then stamped on here. I probably should have seasoned it first. That probably would have helped. And then I was afraid to put too much pressure in the event that it would slide. So it's mostly me, I think. But I have a fine point Slick Writer pen, so I think I'm just gonna fill that little spot in and then leave it, because I don't trust myself to go over this again and do it perfectly. That's just not my life. I'm not able to do that. So I'll fill it in with a pen and it should be fine. In my ephemera stuff that I have gathered for Amsterdam and Brussels, I had a digital set of different pennants and circles. I have a set that's French and a set that's Dutch. And in Dutch, this means basically like good feeling, good times. And so I want to make sure that I use it on here because the color is a good match for some of the stuff that I have happening. So I'm going to save that, and it'll probably end up being attached to one of the cards I pick, which I still don't have, but I know I have some that are specific to museums. I don't need them both to be about museums or art, but at least one of them. So I'm going to go through those and see what I can find. I have pulled out all of my phrases that are related to museums. And yes, there was a digital kit that featured that, so I had to buy it. So I have those. And then I also have my cards here that are all museum themes. I'm hoping I already have something printed. Now, I also have these, but these are a mix of museum type. They're not just specific to art. There's also history, archaeology, things like that. So I'm not going to use those. Plus, I can see that there are some things in here that will match this color palette. So I'm going to start with those, look through my cards, and go from there. I actually found 2 cards in my stash of museum things here that I really like. This one, very true, it says Brilliance in every brushed oak. Yeah, it's Van Gogh. And this color kind of works with this sort of teal that's happening in there. So I think I want to use that one and put it right next to Vincent. But then I also have this one, which I didn't anticipate. It's that same type of color, so it works with this. And it says, I could stare at this one all day. And I know it probably is meant for like a specific painting, but this one could be him. So I'm thinking I'm gonna use that. There were some other ones in here as well, but the color I didn't like as much as this one. And like this one says exhibit. It wasn't an exhibit, like this, the whole museum is for him. And then I have this one, but I've used this multiple times in other museum visits, so I don't want to use that again here. So I think these 2 are the best choice. These don't fit on this page, but I just have to show them because they're cool. These are other museum cards that I have. I really like this one. The color would work there, but not the pocket because I don't want to remove that. But I'll save those for another layout. So I think these are the ones I'm going to go with. And I think I'm going to probably take this and just put it like right there to help bring in some of that color. And then I have these. I think I might do one maybe underneath about the artist if I find something that works with it. Otherwise, I might do one of these like up here in this dead space. Oh, I just realized I have a lot of dead space down here. Can I switch this up then? If I put one down here, one here, visual triangle, then I could do this here. Maybe I feel like that takes up a lot of space. Maybe I'd have to cut it down. We'll see. But I'll look for phrases for here and here at least. I changed up what I'm going to do a little bit. I moved this over here and I think I'm going to put it right underneath about the artist to bring in some of this color. I'll probably trim down the top just a little bit because it's a little big. And then in this pile of stuff, I thought this was art only. It's not. It's also history. And this was one of the phrases, shining a light on, and then it has other phrases you can use to build with it. But that works perfectly with shining a light on, brilliance in every brushstroke, and the tan matches some of the stuff here. So I think I'm going to do that. And then it makes the top of the card not so blank. So I have that. Then I have a dilemma because a visual triangle really would have it be something up here. But because this is also a little blank here, I'm wondering if I should just go like slightly diagonal and not worry about that and just do it here to bring in something. Problem is, I don't know what that something is. I haven't found it yet, but I'm thinking something along, you know, this color probably to bring that in. So I'm going to keep looking, but at least I know I'm using these two things. I cut that down just to be a little shorter. I like that better. So I'm going to quickly attach that and make sure I really like it underneath there. So I want it to be pretty centered, I think. Let's see, how's that look? Yeah, I think that'll work. This one corner doesn't want to stay down, so I think I need a little more adhesive there. But I'll do that and get that stuck down. Try that. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. Oh, it's a little crooked. Never fails. Luckily, because this surface is so slick, it lifts off easily. So there, press down, make sure it'll stay. Okay, there we go. Then I can do this one. Get that on there, and then I only have to figure out what's going to go in that space. So shining a light on. There we go. Brilliance in every brushstroke. All right, got those two done. So now it's finding something for here. I'm going to pull out my phrases that are pinky corally in color, and hopefully I'll find something. In my phrases, I found this one. It says, "It's a way of life." And I like the color of it. It's pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. But I like that it could fit here if I cut it down just a little. So then it would say, "It's a way of life." I could stare at this one all day. I like that. So that's the winner. I just have to cut it down to make it fit and then figure out, like, do I want to put a staple in there or just leave it? I don't have staples anywhere else, so I probably won't, but I'll cut it down and then make up my mind. I've cut it down and it will fit just inside the inner edge of the frame there. So I am going to just put my adhesive on it, stick it on there, and then this one might be done. So I want it down a little bit, just so there's some white showing. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's good placement. All right, so that's how they will look together. Is that enough? See, I still feel like it's blank up there, but I don't know what else I would put there. I'm not even sure what color I would do. Maybe this color? I mean, I have it here. Maybe I'll look for a phrase in this kind of teal color and just see if there's anything suitable. If not, then it may just stay as is. When I went back into my Dutch phrase items, I have this one. And I kind of just overlooked it at first. I wasn't really thinking of that color, I guess, but it just says fantastic in Dutch. Well, that's perfect, and the color is pretty spot on. So I think I'm just going to do that up top, and that will complete this. I don't think it needs anything else. So actually, let's just do that right now. Get it on there, and then it'll be done. And then it kind of works in that black corner where nothing else was really happening. So let's put it back in here and see what I think of it. So this is how it will look. Yep, I think that's it. I love that. So I got 2 Dutch phrases on there, which is awesome. I was thinking only 1, but 2 is better. And now this feels complete. So here's another one done for Amsterdam. Thanks for watching.